Ready, set, adventure! Come along with us at Hikanuki World Tour as we invite you to spend the day with us on our cruise on the NCL Viva and our visit to the island of Saint Martin. We'd like to inform you about what there is to do on the island and inspire you to try it out yourself. Along the way, we'll be offering our travel wisdom, tips, tricks, and reviews. So come along with us on the adventure. Welcome to the beautiful island of Saint Martin, which we visited on day 6 of our NCL cruise on the Viva. This is a port which I think most cruisers will really enjoy, and it's a popular stop for most cruise lines, which means it can be a very busy place. Before getting off the Viva, we stopped at one of our favorite places, Indulge Food Hall. If you'd like to see more of our experiences on the Viva, be sure to check out the video I've linked below sharing our top likes and dislikes. It's important to try to get an early start as there will probably be a lot of other cruise passengers. When we were in port, there were 2 other ships. Saint Martin is 34 square miles and it is divided roughly 60-40 between the French Republic and the Kingdom of the Netherlands. This division dates back to 1648 when, as history tells it, the dividing line was determined by 2 walkers, a Frenchman and a Dutchman. Standing back to back, they began walking in opposite directions along the coastline, and their eventual meeting place was where the line was drawn. While the Frenchman secured a larger portion of the island, the Dutchman is said to have secured the more scenic parts of the island. In our experience, there are some must-sees on the island of Saint Martin. On the Dutch side, you'll find the capital city of Philipsburg. With its crystal blue waters, Great Bay Beach, the Boardwalk, shopping on Front Street, and the multitude of bars, restaurants, and live music, Philipsburg should have something for everyone. Also located on the Dutch side of Saint Martin is the very famous Maho Beach, where you can practically touch the jets as they take off and land at Saint Martin's Princess Juliana Airport. On the French side of the island, don't miss the capital city of Marigot with its sophisticated shops and cafes. The beautiful Bikini Beach is located on Orient Bay. Here you can relax on the beach or be a little more adventurous with some of the water sports they offer. Club Orient, a clothing-optional resort, used to be located at the far end of the beach, but it was destroyed by Hurricane Irma and has not yet been rebuilt. In September of 2017, Category 5 Hurricane Irma struck the island, causing widespread damage measuring in the billions of dollars. Remnants of the destruction can still be seen throughout the island. When docked in Saint Martin, you don't have to feel like you have to venture too far from the ship. The port features many shops, bars, and restaurants with lots to offer and will certainly keep you busy. Popular spots include Sharky's and the Port of Happy Hour. Be sure to stop and have the local beer, SXM. And be sure to try the other local favorite, Guava Berry. We tried it. We were not big fans. Let me know in the comments what you thought. On our recent visit to Saint Martin, we decided to spend the day in Philipsburg. From the port, you can either take a land taxi or you can walk. It's about a 15-minute walk to town. Or what we did was take the water taxi, which is $7 for the round trip ticket. If the ticket booth lines seem too long on the port, that's okay. Just go over to the water taxi itself where you can buy a ticket and there's usually no waiting. Once you have your ticket, look for Kay's Fine Jewelry and walk down the alley that's next to that. But most likely, just follow the crowd because there will be a lot of people going to the water taxi. Enjoy the ocean breeze as you taxi over to Philipsburg. Be aware that each taxi stops at one of 2 sites, either the beach, beginning of the beach closer to the ships, or the far end of the beach. So if you have a preference, make sure you ask where you're going to stop before you get on the taxi. Upon exiting the taxi at the closer beach, you will see the Blue Bridge. And once you cross over the Blue Bridge, you will be on the Boardwalk. The Boardwalk is actually made of concrete and some cobblestones, and it runs the length of Great Bay Beach, with the beautiful beach on one side and many shops, restaurants, and a few hotels on the other side. You can take a stroll along the boardwalk, stopping occasionally to look at the shops, maybe grab a snack, or a beer or a drink of some sort. Just be aware that you will be approached about every 3 seconds by someone trying to get you to take a beach chair with umbrellas, or stop at their restaurant, or come into their shop, or buy one of their beautiful treasures. But the people are very polite, and all you have to do is say no thank you, and they'll move on to the next person. On our visit, we saw signs offering chairs and umbrellas anywhere from $20 to $40. The price is dependent on location and also if they throw in drinks, food, or whatever they can entice you with. On the right, you can see a building that was damaged by Hurricane Irma and the palm frond fence that they put in front of it to keep it from being an eyesore. Now this is some great prime real estate, so hopefully someone will buy it up in the near future and fix it up again. So we continued walking down the boardwalk and just kind of scoped out the area that we thought we wanted to find for our chairs. If you'd like to see more of our walking tour in St. Martin, please check out the video I have linked below. If you have a chance, be sure to stop at the Blue Beach Bar to celebrate the resilience of the St. Martin people and their recovery from Hurricane Irma. I'd like to take a moment to ask you to subscribe to Hikanuki World Tour. We invite you to come along on our travels with us. We'll offer some tips, tricks, and reviews as we tour the world and experience places new and old. We'd love for you to join us. Thanks, we really appreciate you. We were in St. Martin on an absolutely perfect day. The sun was shining but was not too hot. There was no humidity, and we just really enjoyed our stroll down the boardwalk. When you get almost to the end of the boardwalk, you'll see a building with the red roof and orange stripe. That's where you catch the water taxi back to port. Another Philipsburg landmark is the Big Red Windmill, which houses the Dutch Blonde Beach Bar. Make it to the end of the boardwalk and you'll be greeted by the Beefeater. You'll also notice that the concrete comes to an end and turns to sand. So this is where it's time to turn around. Upon reaching the end of the boardwalk, we turn back to find our place in the sun. It was probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was getting a little bit later, and we paid $20 for 2 chairs, an umbrella, and 4 beers. We were also given access to the restrooms within the bar. This was good because I think the public restrooms were pretty few and far between. We sat near the Blue Beach, and they had live music all afternoon, which was fun. We didn't have any trouble finding a chair. However, they do pack the people in like sardines. There's almost zero room in between chairs except for in the aisles, which it was fine. We had a great time. We even ventured into the water a little bit. It was January, so the water was still a little on the cool side. But the water was very clear and very calm. One thing to note is that there are a lot of beach vendors on this beach. So if you want to buy something, make sure you bring a little cash. Otherwise, be ready to say no thank you. Once we had had enough fun in the sun, we went 1 block into town to Front Street, which was an equally long street that runs parallel to the Boardwalk, and it has even more shops, restaurants, and bars. I really can't overestimate how much shopping, eating, and drinking you can do in Philipsburg. And for all you Star Wars fans, be sure to stop at the Yoda Guy Museum to see movie memorabilia from this and other movies that Nick Maley, creator of Yoda, worked on. If you'd like to see more of what Front Street has to offer, take a look at our St. Martin walking tour video, which I have linked in the description box below. And once you've had your fill of shopping, head back on the water taxi. You will have a wristband if you bought the round-trip ticket, and if you walked over and want to take the taxi back, it's $5. The water taxi ride back was very jovial. Everyone was having a great time. The workers made sure everyone is enjoying the music and singing along. Of course, they played Sweet Caroline and Brown Eyed Girl, so you just have to sing along to those songs. We enjoyed our final views of Philipsburg and the beautiful water there as we headed back to the NCL Viva. The water taxi also offers great views of the cruise ships and any yachts that happen to be in town that day. Aside from Philipsburg, another very popular place to visit on the Dutch side of the island is Maho Beach. The main attraction of the beach is the plains, so it is not exactly a relaxing place to spend a day, but definitely worth a visit to see what the fuss is about. The Sunset Bar and Grill is located on the beach. They even have a surfboard telling you exactly what time the plane should be coming in. This really is an amazing sight to see, and I recommend that everybody do this at least once. Of course, heed the warning signs and don't try to get too close. This is a very popular spot, and the Sunset Bar and Grill does get very, very crowded. But it's certainly worth a visit, and I hope you go and have a great time. On this trip, we didn't visit the French side of the island, its capital city of Marigot, or the beaches around Orient Bay. But it's always good to leave a few stones unturned so that you have a reason to come back. And we definitely want to visit Orient Beach, Bikini Beach, and the French side on our next trip. So overall, St. Martin remains as one of my favorite islands of the Caribbean. There's so much to see and do on the island, and the shopping is some of the best in all of the Caribbean. We've always enjoyed sunny days where the ocean was as blue as the sky, and I hope you will have a great day on the island too. And that brings us to our travel wisdom for the day. Live your life by a compass, not a clock. Thanks for joining us today at Hikanuki World Tour. I hope I've given you some insight into one of my favorite islands and what makes St. Martin unique. Want to feel like you're there with us? I've linked our St. Martin walkthrough video in the description box. And I've also linked our video of our top likes and dislikes of the NCL Viva. Thanks again for watching, and we'd really appreciate a thumbs up if you like this video. Be sure to subscribe so you can see more of our adventures on the NCL Viva.